Hi beauties, welcome back to another episode of Beauty Within. It's your host,
Alicia
and Rowena. Today we have a very exciting surprise for you guys.
Welcome to our Beauty Within shop! Okay guys, so we're really excited to be launching our favorite products on our website to sell to you guys. And the reason why we decided to do this was because through our videos, you guys come to us to learn about products, you know, the key ingredients, what skin types certain products work for. And we thought, why don't we combine our favorite brands, you know, ones that we've been talking about for years now and repeatedly as well.
If Fel and I turned into a shop, if the two of us were a shop, this would be it.
This is us.
This is just everything that we love, everything that we've talked about for many, many years now. We know how confusing and probably like daunting the whole skincare journey looking for your go-to holy grail products can be, or just like something that works for your skin type specifically. So we thought we'd take out most of the guesswork for you guys to curate a shop where you can find everything that you would need.
Yeah. How we came to this idea on top of that is asking ourselves, asking our team, when we're buying and looking for new products, what is it that we're missing? So on the website, we try to really incorporate as much detail as possible in the most realistic and lifelike way. So you'll see the texture as we put it on our hand, because as you guys know, that squidgy spreading on the palm of the hands is something that we do every video, and you'll see that. As well as that, we wanted to help you guys kind of break down the routine as well. So if, for example, you are looking for a toner, our infographics that we also share on our IG.
That you guys love, that you guys absolutely love.
We've incorporated that into each of the products so you know exactly when you can use it, whether it's day or night, what skin type it works for, and all the information that we typically discuss when we're doing a video.
Yeah, and when you guys do check our website, regardless if you get something or not, please share with us your feedback on what you maybe like to see more textures, on more skin tones, or just anything you have in mind to make the shopping and just browsing experience better. Yeah. Because we really want to build this shop with you and help share knowledge and information in like the least intimidating way.
Yeah.
Like on our channel, we try to break down complex issues or like skin conditions or just products and make it as simple as possible to distill it to, the simplest it can be. So we hope to do that with our website too. So your feedback would be, so for our first shop, we're really focusing on personalizing and customizing the whole experience to the point where for every order, if you were to purchase something, we will send you up a follow-up thank you email with a link for a questionnaire to ask you very simple questions of what is your skin type, what are your main skin concerns, and maybe a few other questions so that we can, the both of us, hand pick and hand pack some minis for you guys.
Yes, and they're the cutest thing ever. You guys know that if you go to Sephora, the aisle of doom is the place where
the overpriced minis.
Yes. So we'll be throwing in these deluxe minis in with the products that you purchased.
So for this batch, we focused on soothing, gentle, hydrating, good for most skin types.
So let's just start with cleansers.
Ding!
Yay! Okay, so Sioris is a brand that you guys by now should know that we are absolutely in love with. Yes, the time is running out mist is a star in our eyes, apple of our eye.
Oh, the plum of our eyes.
Yes.
This Sioris mist was what got me into Sioris, and when I shared the brand with Felicia, she got really into it. We just nerded out over it together because they have seasonal products and they try to pick fruits that are like the freshest and the ripest. And so the ingredients are the most potent and nutritiously dense. Can an ingredient be nutritiously dense? Like a fruit?
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's that. And when we realized that they put so much heart and thought into a product, we're like, we gotta try everything else out.
So they have two cleansers. This is the Day by Day cleansing gel as well as
the Cleanse Me Softly Milk Cleanser.
And I think they're both gentle enough that any skin type can really benefit from it. It kind of just comes down to what you prefer, like the consistency and texture. This one is very lightweight. It's jelly. It's the gel consistencies that we harp on and on about. And I just feel like it's that really gentle cleanse that you want in the morning. It's a gentle cleanse that you want at night. No fuss, no frills. It definitely definitely won't help with taking off makeup. It's not designed to do that, but it does leave the skin so supple, so glowing, and they're all fragrance-free, dye-free, anything that's potentially like harmful. The smell is almost not
pretty faint.
Yeah.
I think it's the same with the milk cleanser. Everything you use to describe this is the same as this.
Because they do use similar ingredients.
Yeah, they use very similar ingredients in all of their products. I think for maybe, you know, the creams is just they'll put more emollient ingredients in there, but it's the same like macadamia seed oil, jojoba oil, that's like you see on the top, and then the fruit water. There's a lot of fruit water in both of these as well. So for the milk cleanser, it's very, I would say like velvety, silky, that it's more of a moisturizer than it is a cleanser feeling. And then it doesn't really froth, it doesn't really foam. It goes onto your skin very nicely. It's very gentle. And then when you wash it off, the thing that I harp on and on about is that you just wash your face once or twice and then all the cleanser comes off. This is great for morning and this is great for the second step of your double cleansing routine. While it won't take off, you know, like thick, crusty makeup or like waterproof mascara, it does take off light makeup because it is a cleansing milk.
So those are the cleansers we have now. We also have one cleansing oil from iUNIK, which we don't have here, but if you're looking for a cleansing oil to double cleanse, there's that one. Now moving on to a big chunk of the products that we love.
I think we have the most toners out of all the products here.
I think so. Yeah. Because in our basics routine video, we did say that toners aren't a necessity. You know, your essentials are the cleanser, your moisturizer, and a sunscreen. Now for me, toners are part of my basic routine because it's just hydration, it helps with soothing, calming, hyperpigmentation, just like the natural glow and the plumpness of the cells.
Yes.
So we have an array of different toners, essence toners that act as your essence and serum step as well if you're looking to consolidate. Also the Laneige, which acts as a toner and moisturizer depending on what skin type you have. And then your straight up soothing calming, which is like the Purito. Oh, we're so excited to have Purito on the site. And then we have chemical exfoliating toners for those of you who are fighting breakouts, blemishes, whiteheads, blackheads. But we still wanted to focus on it being really soothing and calming and suitable for people who are just starting out. So we have the COSRX HA BHA clarifying toner treatment as well as the Sun by Me HA BHA PHA with my fave, niacinamide. So you can tell that I really love this one because I've mentioned it over a long time. And this is in a spray form, which you guys know I really love spray form, and they're both very gentle. Now, I feel like the difference between these two is, I think this one is a little bit more lightweight. So you can definitely use this every day. It's not like one of those ones that you only use 2 to 3 times a week. You know, like the Crave Calendula, which is 2 to 3 times treatment toner. How I use it is using it until my skin clears up, and then I'll go back to, you know, the
Hydrating, soothing.
Yeah.
And if your skin needs hydration, which is every single one of us, there's a lot of toners that we have that are super, super hydrating. So of course, there's the Time is Running Out mist from Sioris that we both love.
You know, the funny thing is, I feel like we have multiple bottles in multiple locations.
We do.
At home, at work.
Office. Yeah. Between somewhere on the streets.
In the bag.
So these hydrating toners, the reason why we love them is, you know how a lot of times any skincare product, right? The first ingredient will be water. This, you know, the first ingredient is the fruit water. For the Pyunkangyul, the first like 73 or 1.3%, I forgot what it was.
91.3% milk vect extract.
Yeah.
And it's a very simple ingredient list.
And there's also this from Purito, the Ferment Complex 94 Boosting Essence that has 94% fermented complex. That's a lot. So a lot of these products we pick because they are very hydrating, they are very soothing, and it is something that can benefit the whole spectrum of skin types.
And I just want to mention, Ro uses this as a toner and follows up with either a serum and a moisturizer because she has really severely dry, dehydrated skin. I use this as basically the days that I want to just cut everything. I use a toner and then I'll use this as my moisturizing step because it's magical in that it transforms.
You can even use this alone. After you wash your face, you just use this and you're done.
Yeah, one step.
Because this is a toner, it can be a serum, and can be a moisturizer for people with oily skin.
Now moving on to serums, we have a few, especially from a brand that is very similar to Purito in that they're affordable, no fuss, and they're very just easy to use for any skin type, any skin condition. So we chose the Propolis Vitamin Synergy Serum. I think because this one offers benefits to all skin types, no matter what age you are, if it's teen skin, if you're breaking out, if you want want hydration, if you're mature, everyone can benefit from a serum like this. And propolis, as you know, is high in antioxidants. It's an anti-inflammatory, and I just really love the feeling of iUNIK serums. It's like a jelly that just disperses.
Ooh.
Bling, bling, bling. Oh my God, do you want to show them the baby?
The baby?
The baby.
I was like, what baby? This baby.
It's the mom and baby. So cute. You can use this day, night. It's your fallback, you know, trusty friend to help relieve any irritation, to rebuild your skin barrier if it's compromised. This is something that I also love. We don't have right now.
If we were serums, this would be me for brightening, and this would be you.
Yeah, tea tree. Love them both. And they have very similar consistency. Oh, there's more from Purito.
Yo, there's a lot from Purito. I think the one that we'll just talk about now is the Centella Green Level Buffet Serum. I think this is what put them on the map, and it's what a lot of you guys have loved. I feel like Centella as an ingredient, we already know it's like a superstar in our eyes, super soothing, super calming. So this serum is the consistency of most of their serums are all very similar. It's more on the thick, goopy side. It's more viscous. It's not really thick, but it's just viscous. And it blends very nicely and very beautifully, and it's just so hydrating.
Yeah.
The feeling is just like,
your skin is like, drinks it up.
Yeah.
Like a jelly.
And it gives you that slight and subtle glow that I love. So we have the hyaluronic acid, we have the vitamin C, as well as a few other products
And
that
the
you guys will see online.
galactomyces that
Oh
you like.
yes,
Nice
the galactomyces. If you want a dupe for the SK2, the galactomyces is something worth trying.
Yeah, so those are just some of the serums, and much like the toner, there's the Sun by Me. The thing is, you don't need to get both. I feel like just try one out, and if you really want, we'll put a little note and we'll throw in the other one for you guys if you want to try out in the deluxe minis.
So for these two, which one would you recommend getting first?
Like if you're on the hunt for a toner, get the toner. If you're on the hunt for a serum, get the serum. And this serum is also like the Sioris in that it's a biphase
Oh yes.
oil. So you need to shake it.
Remember when we first used this? This was actually recommended by You Beautiful Humans for our most hype review, this as well as Pyunkangyul. And when we first used this, we're like, why is it so watery?
It's so watery.
And then we saw that, oh my goodness, there's
oil driplets.
yeah, and then you can see it when it pulls out in the pipette that like,
So there's a very slight tea
I'm
tree
mesmerized.
scent, which is great for antibacterial, helping with controlling your acne, your sebum production. Then moving on to moisturizers. We talked to death about these Purito ones.
oh yes.
Like all of them, right?
Oh my goodness, these are my favorites. The deep sea water cream is my favorite of all time. The first ingredient is the deep sea water, and it is 60% of this. There's also niacinamide for like the subtle brightening and just overall beautifying of the face. And if you want something that's a little bit more brightening, the sea buckthorn Vital 70 cream has 70% sea buckthorn, which helps with subtle brightening. And if you want something more soothing, you can use the Centella. And I feel like all of these are all very skin barrier friendly. I feel like all of these are very skin barrier friendly.
We love our skin barrier.
We do here.
So something that I've really loved for a long time is the Maid Serum Cream Return, and also very similar to this one, it's got the family of Centella asiatica ingredients in there, as well as niacinamide, adenosine. So all of these are so nourishing, and ceramides. This is such a joyous cream to use.
One thing to call out though, it is pretty fragrant.
It is. So if you guys don't work well with fragrance, that's something to keep in mind. For those of you with oily skin, it does leave this oilier, lingering feeling compared to other lightweight, fast absorbing moisturizers that kind of just like feel like you're not there. So it really depends on, the environment, the climate, and what you personally enjoy in a moisturizer. But it just, for me, glides over the skin, feels really nice. And then a very recent one that I've fallen in love with is the Sioris You Look So Young Night Cream. So if you guys have tried or are in love with the Crave Great Barrier Relief, you'll know the key ingredient is tamanu oil, which really helps with helping brighten and lighten hyperpigmentation, whether that's sun damage, acne marks, or any sort of discoloration and unevenness. This also contains tamanu oil, which then gives it that smell. It's very distinctive.
It is. I think this smells more potent than the Great Barrier Relief.
The scent actually dissipates quite quickly.
Yeah.
But what I love most about it is the consistency that it gives. It reminds me of the peach and lily matcha pudding. in that it's...
You love your matcha pudding.
Yeah, in that it doesn't leave a shiny look on the face and it's fast absorbing, it's nourished, it just feels like skin.
The only thing that I'm like, about is that it takes a while to blend into the skin, for my skin at least. Maybe my skin is so dry that it's like, hold up, give me a second.
Yeah.
And then like it can pass through.
This one also has macadamia nut oil as well as green tea and Centella asiatica. So it's like the best ingredients all in one, which is why I love it. And then one that we've recently, so glad that we introduced into our life.
I don't know, for whatever reason, when I first saw Leah talking about this, I was like, oh, that's great. She did. This is like maybe last year. I think this is around the same time that these came out. I was like, oh, that's great. She loves it, but like, it's probably not gonna work for me because I tried the water bank, you know, the blue line. Yes. That didn't really do much for me. So when we even got this, I was like, oh, like, you know, I'll give it a try. I don't have high hopes for it. Mistakes were made. I can't believe I've been sleeping on this. This goes on like a dream, but is it a bit too thick for you?
No, because when I used it, I was like, you have to try this.
It is amazing.
So smooth.
It's so smooth. Your skin feels so protected.
Yeah, like, I didn't even need to ask you to use it to know that you would love it. You know, sometimes you wake up and your skin is just like, you need more sleep, you need more water, you need like some TLC. This is where a mask or a moisturizer can really help to invigorate your skin, and crazy, the consistency is like unmatched.
And there's also Cica in there.
Yes.
I think there's just so much Centella throughout all of these.
Yeah. We hope everyone will become Centella fans. And then we have a very popular, actually, iUNIK Centella Calming Gel Cream that a lot of you, and after looking through reviews, a lot of people have also enjoyed because it is so fast absorbing.
Super hydrating, blends super beautiful. It's kind of like a water gel.
Yeah, and it has a lot of the ingredients that work really well for blemishes. So tea tree and centella. So great everyday gel cream, especially in the humid weather that we're experiencing now, where you just want to.
So you love it.
Lightweight, yeah.
Absolutely love it. Me, I love everything about the consistency. I love everything in the ingredient list, but it's unfortunately not hydrating enough.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Because it's like definitely for oily or like oily combo skin. And my OG favorite, wow. So when I first came across this, used it, I told you guys I used it wrong and put it on all over my face like a moisturizer.
It's the CosRx Centella Blemish Cream.
But you're supposed to be using it as a treatment, and I feel like
loved.
Yeah,
loved.
It instantly brightens, you know, redness or irritation, even hyperpigmentation. And I woke up the next day after using it and I was like, whoa, what happened? You know, the clumps of redness and irritated areas were completely like soothed. And because of that, it looked brightened. And this was also going through a time when I was breaking out a lot. So I would feel comfort in applying that every night. So you can apply that after using your moisturizer. Now moving on to the last, but definitely not least, most important step of the skincare routine.
Sunscreen. So we have the Purito Centella Green Level Safe Sun, and we have the unscented version. Personally, I like the texture of this a lot better. I feel like it's a bit silkier, it blends better. It just works beautifully into the skin.
It's smoother.
Yeah, very hydrating too. It's one of those hydrating sunscreens. And this one, Fel was saying, because it is unscented, it just smells like sunscreen.
It smells a little like a distant scent of glue.
Like Elmer's glue, back in elementary school.
Yes. So if you're wondering which sunscreen you want to try, there are slight differences. Obviously, one being the essential oils in that, but I wouldn't say it's too much. But if you don't enjoy it or your skin doesn't, you know, react well to it, then you can try this. Meanwhile, this one is formulated with more of the Centella asiatica family. So there's metacasicide, asiatic acid, and there's a bunch of them. But then there's also another one. There's the
water comfy. The water comfy is also very hydrating. It's very soothing. I actually prefer the Centella Green Level Safe Sun to that. I think just the texture-wise, the experience of applying it was just a bit easier and a bit less fussy.
So once again, ask yourself what it is that you enjoy. We definitely see these selling like crazy.
Hotcakes.
Yes, people love them equally. So it really just comes down to you, as with any other product and any other step in your routine. Sioris also has a sunscreen. It's the U.S Shining sunscreen. It is the cutest little tube ever. It's PA+++, SPF 35, so it's broad spectrum basically. The only thing with this is I feel like you need to be very fair and light skin toned if you really want to enjoy this, because it does leave a film or a white cast. So I'm olive medium, and you can see on my hand that it does leave that kind of whitish look on the face, but I have worn this under makeup and it sits beautifully because
it really brightens your skin and brightens your complexion.
Like, look, it's beautiful.
Beautiful. Oh, it has that nice like glow.
Yeah, and you know, Sioris is blended and formulated with a bunch of other really soothing, calming fruit extracts. So we hope you guys enjoy and, you know, enjoy the browse, enjoy learning more about products and how it works with your own routine. And we're always thinking of different ways that we can incorporate more of your thoughts, ideas. And so we're thinking to even create a page where you guys can go on, vote for the next batch of brands or specific products that you guys want to try. And then we'll personally reach out to those brands to see what we can do to, you know, create the next drop or something exciting like that. And for this first phase, we are doing US shipping only, but we're definitely going to try our hardest as it progresses and we learn more about the process in general to open it up to international shipping, because we know you guys are from everywhere and we really do want to include as many of you as possible. But be patient with us.
Step by step.
Pitter patter of a dinosaur. Oh no, the cat.
Time.
That's like
the massaging cat. So with that, Fel, what is one thing you learned this week?
I want to share one thing that I read this week that we turned into a quote on our Instagram, which I think was really beautiful and goes naturally into beauty within.
It's the beauty within us that makes it possible for us to recognize the beauty around us. The question is not what you look at, but what you see.
Yes.
By Henry David Thoreau.
So I feel like beauty encompasses the way that you talk, the way that you speak, the way that you think, the way that you approach things, and you know, how we perceive the world. That is beauty. What about you?
Reading that quote reminded me of a story my mom told me growing up. I might butcher it because I haven't heard it in a while. There's a man who's really good friends with a monk. One day he goes to the temple and he sees his friend, good friend monk. He's like, hey, when you look at me today, what do you see? And the monk's like, you look like a lotus flower. You know, like lotus symbolizes purity.
It rises from the mud. It transcends the dirt and the grime to become this beautiful, ethereal flower.
Yes, so the monk says, the man looks like a lotus flower. And the monk asks his friend, what do I look like to you? And he says, you look like a pile of dog, right? So, yep, just leave it as that. So the man goes home all happy. He's like, oh, I totally won that conversation. I put him in place. I told him what he looked like. He goes and tells his little sister, and his little sister is like, no, you are actually the one who lost the conversation, basically, because for the monk, what he sees in you, he sees in everyone else, and he sees everywhere. What you see in him is what you see in him and everyone else, and within yourself as well. So that's just such a great story for me, like growing up, listening to, reading this quote, everything you just said earlier about how what we do see outside, how we feel about things externally really is a reflection, like a mirror reflection into how we're feeling and doing, and how maybe we're even seeing ourselves inside. And if we're able to realize that and work towards being more aware and conscious of this, and that we can change this internal dialogue, I think we can all go.
So that is what we learned, thought about this week. Share with us down below anything that you have come to realize, anything about yourself, whatever it is.
We've told you to share so many things down below, so just whatever comes to mind and whatever you're most excited about sharing, just share that.
Yes! So thank you guys so much for being a part of Beauty Within this whole time. You know, it has been a while. We've gone through ups and downs. We're always learning, testing, and just really pushing ourselves to find different ways to connect more with you guys, to build on everything that we have, and bringing everyone in together to learn more about ourselves. So thank you so much, and we'll see you very soon in the next video. Bye!